Hello, my name is Sean Copeland and I am Chairman and CEO of Regent Bank, and welcome to another edition of Regent Elevate. First of all, I want to thank you guys so much for your input and ideas. We get so many shares on our videos. I love getting the feedback. So if you have topics or other ideas of things you want us to cover, let us know. Just shoot us a message. You can post on our feed, whatever you want to do, but we want to cover what you want to learn about. So anyway, let us know. Today we're going to be wrapping up our last class in our Being the Best Leader You Can Be segment. And it's been a great segment. As a reminder, here's what we know. Companies, departments, and even families live or die based upon leadership. Okay, that's first of all. Second, leaders are made, they are not born, and great leaders are constantly learning and developing. They are not satisfied. They want to constantly continue to grow. So in our very last session, we want to cover the most important attribute of a great leader, and that is that you make yourself replaceable. Now, I know this seems really weird. Why would you want to do that? Why don't you want the organization to depend on you? Don't you want to have security? A lot of leaders are very insecure in nature, so they surround themselves with people that cannot replace them so that they feel irreplaceable. Unfortunately, that is very poor leadership. Ideally, a leader should develop a company and a structure and a team in which that company can run without them. And if they are out on vacation, if they are sick, if they decide to go do something else, if they leave that company is just as well off without them as when they started. So how do we do that? I want to give you 4 ideas for making yourself replaceable within your company. Number 1, you got to hire great people. Hire people that are better than you. Get past your fear of being replaced. Get past your insecurities. And believe me when I tell you that the best leaders surround themselves with the best people. When Regent Bank turned the corner and began to have the success that we are having right now, it is because I invested in a fantastic team that are all smarter and better than I am. Number 2, delegate everything but genius. You want to focus on what you are best at. You want to spend your time in the area that you enjoy and where you truly feel like you have a gifting. Everything else needs to be delegated out to those around you. Along these lines, do not become a rescuer. Many of us love to put on the Superman cape and answer questions and be the problem solver when people bring things to us. The problem is your people, your direct reports, will never grow if you do that. So you want to force them to think through a problem. Force them to come up with the answer on their own, and you'll be amazed at how much people can grow if you stop becoming the rescuer. Number 3, focus your time on bottlenecks and on vision. A leader's time should be spent on those few areas that maybe aren't working, digging in and helping to correct those, but also on creating and repeating the vision as we've talked here before. Those are not super time-consuming things, which should give you plenty of time for strategy, to think, to conduct some business development activities, but those are the primary 2 ways you should be using your time, and those are not critical operational duties that we're talking about. The organization should be able to run, and you're just trying to make it better all the time. Finally, you need to develop clear processes that can be easily replicated. There is a book called The E-Myth that talks about creating a business that can be franchisable. So you do such a great job of creating and documenting and following key processes that if somebody came in and said, hey, I want to start up Regent Bank in Texas or California, you can say, okay, here you go. This is how you do it. These are all the things that we do. That makes you replaceable. You walk out the door, the company continues to run because there's not a ton of knowledge wrapped up in your mind. Everything is not dependent upon you. The company runs well on its own. There's another extremely good book called Great CEOs Are Lazy that talks about this same concept, where the best CEOs have done such a great job of building a team and have done such a great job of empowering that team that they just are not critical to day-to-day operations, and that should really be your goal as a leader. So I hope you've enjoyed this series. Now next week, based upon some feedback that we've gotten, we are going to move into time management skills. So we're going to talk about strategies for great time management. I hope you will join us. Please feel free to share this video with anybody that you want, and we'll talk to you next week. Thank you.